Many have pegged future Mercedes driver George Russell as a future world champion. In Lewis Hamilton, he will have one of the most successful F1 drivers as his teammate. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has now spoken about the upcoming season while giving his thoughts on Russell's championship potential as quoted by Motorsport Total. I'm your host Tyler, and first up on Formula World, Wolff reveals if Russell is championship ready or not. Wolff began by explaining what he thinks is important for a team's success. I don't even know whether there has to be harmony in a team. I think that we have to treat each other with respect in a team in order to guarantee the success of the drivers and the team. He then spoke about the need to learn from Hamilton's teammates from the past. The situation between Nico and Lewis was influenced by a lot of history that we didn't know or didn't understand. You can learn a lot from situations where it didn't work out, including between Alonso and Hamilton. He then looked towards their lineup for next year. I think we are better positioned and better prepared, and a team with a strong bond in what we have with Lewis, and we will always protect our relationship. And at the same time, we know that George has a lot of potential. George will fit in very well, I have no doubt about that. He signed off by looking at Russell's championship potential. I don't want to say at this point whether he's ready to win a championship or not. I think that's way too far to discuss at this point. Fast feed. Alfa Romeo's stand-in driver Robert Kubica is of the opinion that Formula 1 is about getting the most out of the package and working on the small details. But if you introduce a format where the car is already frozen after 1 hour, while it still needs to be driven for 2 days, you take away what I like most about the sport, he said, referring to sprint qualifying. For Williams' George Russell, it's always good to have Robert Kubica on the grid. Robert's a fantastic guy, a great driver. I hope he gets another shot in Formula 1. I feel sorry for him because he got thrown in for FP3 onwards at Zandvoort, and then he arrived in Monza and it's a sprint event and you don't have the time to improve the car. But every time he jumps in, he makes the most of the situation. I think he did a good job this weekend and in Zandvoort. I hope we see him in Formula 1. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc has advised George Russell just to enjoy his time at Mercedes and not put too much pressure on himself. He knows what he needs to do. It's an amazing opportunity for him and he's in a very good position too. Being like I was with Seb at the end, I had a multi-world champion next to me, and of course, for us being young, it's a great opportunity to show what you can do and learn from the best. Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel, meanwhile, feels that Lewis is old enough, he doesn't need much advice. Every situation is different as well. Yes, I think if you get to race with a new teammate, you always get stuff you get to learn on both sides as well. McLaren's Lando Norris pointed out that they're racing against Ferrari, who've got 2 extremely good drivers. So, to beat them week in, week out, it's been a tough first half of the season for us when Daniel has been struggling a little bit. But now he's come through a bit more and is showing what he can do and what everyone knows he can do, and the reason he came to McLaren. It's only going to get better for all of us. Alfa Romeo's Antonio Giovinazzi has revealed that he has no news yet. He just knew that Valtteri Bottas will be at Alfa next year. But from my side, no news yet. Of course, I want to know as soon as possible, but it's not my decision. Will Antonio Giovinazzi be on the 2022 grid? Head over to our community page to vote in the poll, and let us know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out our others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.